I'd like to welcome all of you to the official ribbon cutting ceremony for the 4.3 miles of the North Country Trail. I'd like to introduce Mayor Jeff Steffley. I'm sorry if is it Steffler? I'm sorry, of Wampum. Thank you very much. And Carol Lee Lowhead from, is that correct, from Wampum Borough Council. Thank you for being here and supporting us. I'd also like to introduce Keith Close, who is president of the Allegheny National Forest chapter of the North Country Trail. I'll explain a little bit more about that as I go along. I'd also like to introduce Ron Rice, who is the Pennsylvania State Trail Coordinator over here. He does a lot of things, but I want him to be recognized for a lot of things that he does. But one thing, Ron was able to secure a field grant for us, which provided money for 5 bridges to be built across this 4.3 miles. He built them in his garage. I heard about this story. If I'm incorrect about the details, close? And then he brought them here and they were assembled on site. So when we talk about volunteers, it's just not coming to a meeting on Wednesday night once a month. There's so much work that goes into this, and they're the people who make it possible for you to take a hike. And I'd like to also introduce Bob Cody. Over here, Bob Cody and Dave Brewer is not here today, but Bob and Dave are trail work coordinators. If it weren't for Bob, the coordination of all this work that gets done on this trail would not happen. There are a lot of you I know who I'm not going to be able to mention today that are doing a lot of work. Thank you for their hand for the many hours of dedication that they take care of here. Gail Blakely is the vice president of the organization. Where is she? Gail. She works tirelessly on all the stuff that's behind the scenes business that you know it all takes to put these things together, as well as Jo Ellen Sokolowski. Where are you? Jo Ellen, our treasurer. I just want credit where credit's due. And Richard Lutz is our trail advisor, and I would bet that a lot of this trail wouldn't have happened at all if it weren't for Richard Lutz. Thank you very much. Many members of our organization are here. If you talk amongst yourselves, I'd like you to find out what we do and what all is involved. I'll give you a brief rundown on what that is. Right now, I'd like to also thank the Lawrence County Commissioners. They've provided generous support for a lot of the work that's gotten done here. And today we have the Chairman of the County Commissioners, Mr. Dan Vogler, who would you like to come up and have a...
Diane, thank you very much. I appreciate your inviting me here today, and on behalf of my colleagues, Commissioner Steve Craig and Commissioner Ed Fosnaught, it was an honor for us to help with this undertaking. It's important. It's good for this county. There's a lot of good things happening in Lawrence County, and this is certainly one of them. This is one we can take a lot of pride in, and I congratulate all of you who worked so hard and diligently to put this together today. In many ways, it's always nice for me to come back to Wampum, even though we're a little bit outside of Wampum. I grew up in Wampum. I always make it a point to mention that fact. You know, for those of you who know Bob Cody, I delivered papers to his dad and his grandparents when I was a kid. So Bob and I go way back. But this is a valuable asset for this community, of which we have many. And it makes my job easier when I'm out promoting the county to other parts of this region or other parts of Pennsylvania. This trail is one of a long list of things that we can talk about positively for Lawrence County. So I wish you all the very best. It's a great day for a hike, and thank you for having me.
Thank you very much. I think it's important that you know a few facts if you don't read the newspaper very much or haven't read about the trail. I'm going to go over a few of those now. We'd like you to know that the national office is in Lowell, Michigan. Volunteers throughout 7 states, which this trail covers, work hard to make this possible. The article in the newspaper talked about the fact that this trail is expected to be completed in 200 years. So I thought, whoa, I guess all we can look at is that we're pioneers in this in getting this trail together. It's called the North Country National Scenic Trail, North Country Trail, America's premier footpath. It's double the length of the Appalachian Trail, which just recently was completed. 4,600 miles through 7 states from North Dakota, from whichever way you want to go, New York to North Dakota. And it comes down through our area, down through McConnell's Mill, through Moraine State Park. And if any of you have never availed yourselves of the opportunity to see the Davis Hollow Cabin and stay there for a night or a few nights, if you're hiking through or if you just like to go over there and spend some time with family. Sleeps 14 or 18 people, and it's a wonderful place to stay. So think about it. It closes at the end of the season like this. A lot of things close over at the park. But remember that for next year. I availed myself of that, and it was a wonderful place for a lot of kids to hike and play over there. About 40 miles of the trail runs through Lawrence and Beaver counties. So that's what our aim is, to build that, maintain it, etc. Wampum chapter responsibilities are to build, maintain, and promote the trail. To this date, we have 14 miles of the trail certified by the National Park Service, which must be done in order for it to become this national trail. There are trail adopters, people in the community who commit to adopting a section of the trail, however long it is, and they guarantee or commit to maintaining it for a couple years or whatever length of time they would like to do it. They agree to check the trail a couple times a year and let us know what needs to be done. We have 4.3 miles ready to be certified today. Today, if it were not for CEMEX being so gracious and allowing us to go through this section of their property, we wouldn't be here today. We would have found another route or whatever we had to do to get this trail up. And we're here to open this thanks to CEMEX. I think this is an excellent example of cooperation in a community between public, private, non-public, everything, to get something done. And you know, when there's a lot of hikers are always people who like to get stuff done. I've noticed that. They know how to adapt. They know how to involve themselves as a group. And we're grateful for those kinds of people who are working on this today. I would like to introduce now the plant manager, Mr. Al Stubna of CEMEX Corporation. And thank you again. And would you have a few words here?
Okay, well, thank you, Diane. It's great to see such a nice turnout today. We are delighted to be involved with the North County Trail. CEMEX's involvement is one where we have to live with the community. We take a great pride in really giving something back to the community. Our part is very small in this endeavor. I'll tell you, everybody that donated their time, I mean, you guys are the real heroes in this project. But we are delighted just to be a small part of it. CEMEX also was very active over in West Pittsburgh with a beautiful wetland area that we had restored. So we definitely think this is a great example of the community and a company involvement where we can give something back to the community. We live here, you live here, we work here, and we think it's a great partnership. And once again, thank you just for us being able to participate. Okay,
thank you very much. I want you to notice the sign that's built. This is gorgeous signage. If you've hiked anywhere, we're so proud of the signage that's been done here. And I like the opportunity to show who the landowner is. And as you hike through, those of you who are new to hiking, notice all the blue blazes, and those people who are around you who are avid hikers will give you a few hints as to how it all goes together and what happens. At this time, there are going to be hiking instructions after we have the ribbon cutting, and Gail Blakely will be telling you about that. But right now, I would like to have Commissioner Dan Vogler, Richard Lutz, Ron Rice, Gail Blakely, Bob Cody come up for this ribbon cutting ceremony.
If you want to go on the hike, we will start from here. After 1 mile, there will be a bus pickup for anybody who wants to walk only 1 mile. Then there will be another bus pickup at a total of 2.5 miles. There'll be another bus pickup at a total of 4 miles. So you have the choice. Your hike leader and some other Wampum chapter members will help you if you have any problems. We all have name tags on Wampum chapter. Before we leave, we're going to draw names. I hope on the table you saw that we had some door prizes on the table. We'll do that now. Does anybody have any questions? Yes, honey?
I want to go.
You want to go on a hike? Well, so do we. Okay, your hike leader is Vince Rozzi. Vince, hold your hand up. He will be leading us. And our sweep is John Edwards. Okay, John will be our sweep. The sweep is responsible that no one gets lost. He will be the last person. No one will be left behind. If you sprain your ankle or something, John will stay with you. So don't be afraid of getting lost or being abandoned.
I guess we're going to start the hike now. I'll be your hike leader. My name's Vince. I'd like the other trail chapter members to kind of intersperse with the entire hike to just kind of make sure you don't have anyone straying off the trail. All the North Country Trail folks will have ropes. So if you get too far off the trail, we're going to bring you right back. But in all seriousness, we do all have name tags on, I believe. And I'd like to say that there are a few small drop-offs, some rough terrain, and sometimes it's near the trail, so it is important to stay on the trail. And there's one exception for that rule. Anyone who is a Pitt Panthers fan, feel free, go ahead. I'm a Penn Stater, so I had to state that before we start. So, all right, so with that said, I guess we could start on our hike, and about a half hour we'll be at the first waypoint.
Caleb. Anybody wants to take the bus? Back to Wampum.
On the sign it says like 4.5 and it points that way.
Yeah, there's road walk for that, like 4.5 miles.
Okay.
But we're going out.
Okay.
We're going to Fletcher Hill. Yeah, we're going to Fletcher Hill right now. We're going how? What? 1 mile. 1 mile.
Hey, good seeing you now. See you. Take care.
I hope that's my car. Okay, I'm ready to go.
Let's get everybody still. Hey, now where do we go?
Well, I bet you can find home from here.
Yeah?
Go, run.
Okay.
No, you stay here.
Where do we go from here?
Or walk down the road from here.
Yeah, we're on the right here at the beginning of the small roadblock here.
I need a phone.
That would be the 0.6 mile roadblock right here. About right at the beginning. So, yeah. So we've walked a mile and yeah, and then drop back on again.
No, wait, where are we walking?
That's right. Yeah. It is
Hey, we made the first half.
Six-tenths of a mile. A little over half a mile.
There you are. Sometimes it really tired.
I'm looking up through the canopy. It's made
How about that one right?
All right, if anybody needs to get in one of the vans, nice whistle. We have the vans here. If anybody's ready, anybody's done, we're gonna start our first section of road hike. So we're gonna be walking down the road for about a half mile until we get. We'll actually dive back in on the right side and cross over Snake Run, which we just crossed. We'll cross it again. So just word to the wise, careful with the little ones. There might be cars coming by too. So.
I live with the shred.
Okay, if I don't miss the bus.
That souvenir.
How you making out, Jeff?
I'm tired. Shirley, you still walking? You're not walking all the way there.
The other way.
It really works.